Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. Start off with the 144,000, which should be the ruler governing body in the kingdom of heaven. Right? And you also have a lot of the elect here in America, the large multitude of believers, which will include men, women, and children that will be saved. 2/3 of our people will be destroyed here in America. You also have the rebels that are scattered abroad in different countries that will be destroyed, and you have the elect that's scattered abroad that will be saved in different countries of you tribes, right? Who the world willingly and ignorantly calls black, Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemalans, Panamanians, Cubans. You are all Israelites, contrary to what people want to believe, people choose to believe. Right, it's evident of who the Lord's people are, man, in these latter times. I am your brother Yeremia, coming back at y'all with another lesson. Right, as y'all can see, it's an article from End Time Headlines. It says scientist warns shortest day in history coming as Earth's rotation unexpectedly speeds up. You see, this is how you know that these people don't believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, which it wasn't given unto them. First off. Because a lot of these scientists, Salakia, a lot of these scientists, they don't believe in the Most High, right? You know, they try to research things and dig deeper into things because of that reason. You know, they think that they the Most High, and you know they curious about a lot of different things, and you know they try to be too deep to where they don't even equate the Most High in it because they don't believe. It just wasn't given unto them. So, you know, it's not unexpected unto us. Right? We know why, you know, it's really the shortest day. And the earth is speeding up. You know, let's get it. Right? Let's get it at Matthew's. I can quote it, but I'm going to read it. So Matthew 24 and verse 22. This is the reason why the earth is speeding up. And it's not unexpectedly. Yahweh Shai said it. Right? Who the world calls Jesus. That's his real name, Yahweh Shai. Matthew 24 verse 22. That says, and except those days should be shortened. So the Lord said, to accept those days should be shortened. There shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. You see that? So the reason why time is speeding up, the reason why, you know, these people try to say that it unexpectedly the earth is turning faster is because the Lord is making the earth do that. He's making the days shorter. He's making you know, weeks feel like hours. He's making hours feel like milliseconds. He's making years feel like maybe 2 months. You know, the Lord is doing this. You know, and it's all for the elect of who? The elect of Israel, the Israelites, the Lord's chosen people, right? Which not all of the Israelites are going to be saved. You know, that's why I said the 144,000. You got the large multitude of believers that will be saved, right? So most of our people will be destroyed, but you have an elect, right? And to prove that, let's go to the book of Isaiah real quick, right? We got to remember that the Lord, hey, like the Lord only cares about the Israelites, man. He don't care about every nation or every person on the planet. You know? He only cares about the Israelites. That is it. Right? It's Isaiah 44 and verse 1 that says, yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant. You see, which Jacob is the man's name that was changed to Israel. You go back to, I believe, Genesis 32. If I'm not mistaken, brothers can check that. And Israel, whom I have chosen, right? Thus said the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Joshua, whom I have chosen. That's who the Lord has chosen, right? That's the Lord's elect, right? You know, elect is just another word for chosen. You know, vice versa, the other way around. To mean the same thing. But that's the reason why. So it's not unexpected. You know, for the prophets, the believers. We know what the Lord is doing out here. You know, it's only unexpected to those that who don't believe in the Lord, who are not washed out from prophecy, or who are not looking forward to it. Right? We're in a special class, Lord willing. Right? Because Lord willing, we're part of the elect. We're gonna get saved out of this place. And number two, we know what's going on. We know why these things are happening. We can fully explain to you, from front to back, from bottom to the top, to why these things are happening. Right? Can't nobody else do that. All these different scientists, all these different philosophers, these top people of knowledge in this world, they don't know anything, man. Let's get a scripture on that. Salaki. Let's go to, I believe it is 1 Corinthians 3. Right? Hold on. 1 Corinthians 3 and 19. Right? It says, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh, for it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness." You see that? It says, "And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain." You see that? So the people who are wise in this world, right, they're vain because they don't understand what's happening. Right? And I remember I did a video on this similar topic about, how many years ago was it? I think that was 3 years ago. Yep, it was like 3 years ago. It was like in the summer. I did an article on it. Brothers could probably find it, but you probably had to do, scroll, but because it was 3 years ago. But I remember doing a video on it, and I don't think it was from that same site. I think it was from a different site, but it's basically talking about the same thing. The earth has been speeding up, and it's all the Lord doing that. The Lord's doing it to save His elect. That's why, hey, Lord willing, we making our calling and election sure, man. We trying to get up out of here, man. Things is getting worse and worse. Things is getting bad out here, man. Jacob's trouble is here, But the Lord's doing it. We got to remember that, man. Let's go to Isaiah, right? I love the book of Isaiah. This is what's the wrong one? Salaki, Isaiah 45. Nope. Let me see. Isaiah 45 and 7, it says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things." You see that? So the Lord is doing that. And these Edomites are scared, man. Especially the elites, because they know the truth about everything. They knew it before a lot of us brothers even woke up. They knew who He was. They knew that. And they know the God that we serve, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They know that. They know Yahweh Shah exists, so they scared. This is why the devil. Hey, let's go to that. That's the devil, which is Esau, Edom. They're gonna come down with great wrath. Right? It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, and woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that they have but a short time." You see that? They know that. And this is also why they have a doomsday clock. Right? If brothers don't already know, I'm pretty sure most brothers know that. Esau has a doomsday clock. So how are you gonna rule forever, but you got a doomsday clock? Make that make sense? Why would you even create that, or why would it exist if you believe that you're just gonna rule forever? You know that you have an end. That's why they be making articles like this. And they be getting scared and they be panicking because they know that they gonna get taken out of rulership, man. What does it say? It says Graham Jones, an astrophysicist at the University of London, says Earth's rotation can speed up noticeably on one of these 3 dates this summer: July 9th, July 22nd, or August 5th. Right? On those days, time is predicted to drop by 1.30 or 1.38 or 1.51 milliseconds. And it might seem like a small number, but hey, the Lord's making things work, man. He's moving. And the elders and apostles been said this. The Lord's making things speed the fuck up. They didn't say it like that, but the He's moving, man. He's listening to his prophets. He's listening to their prayers, right? And he's making things happen. It says, what does it say? Forgive me if I say it wrong, but I'm reading this at the bottom. It says, I guess it's somebody's name, Leonid, Salaki if I butchered it, Zotov, a scientist at Moscow State University, said nobody expected this. The cause of this acceleration is not explained. It is explained, but that's why you leave that explanation in the breakdown, um, of the scriptures to the prophets, man, which are the Israelites. It says, since 2020, scientists have noticed that the Earth has been spinning slightly faster than usual, but the cause remains a mystery to this day, which is not a mystery to the elect. Right? Let's go to Amos. Right? Let's go to Amos 3. In verse 7, it says, surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret to his servants the prophets. You see that? So the Lord, hey, he gives understanding to only a few men out here, man. The Israelites and their prophets. Right? So it's not unexpected to the Lord's elect. You know? And I remember before I even came into the truth, like, when I was a youngin', as Jake say, I remember, man, saying, hey, man, time be moving fast. Like, I was saying that before I was even in the truth. So this is before 2020, before 2019, before that. Like, I remember saying things like that. And now, since the Lord has opened up my eyes, I understand why. It's for the elect's sake. Because, right, this earth is about to go through the most devastation, the most evil time that there ever has been. And most people on this earth, man, they gonna perish, man. Right? And people gonna find out that all the beliefs that they had, everything that they was, that they grew up in, and they was taught to believe was true, was false. And that's gonna be a glorious day. Right? That's gonna be a glorious day. Lord willing, we're part of that number, because we know Yahweh Shai exists. We know Yahweh, the Most High, is He's sending His Son back, man. We know why these things are happening. So it's not a unexpected turn of events to us. It's expected through the prophecy. So, hey, brothers, keep the faith. Hey, keep pushing, man. We almost up out of here, man. The Lord's hearing our prayers. He's hearing, our sighs and cries, and He's gonna deliver His elect. We're gonna go through Jacob's trouble, persecution. These things have to happen before we get to the kingdom, and we're here. So the time is gonna only speed up even faster, especially when that MOTB come, like the elders and apostles said. It's just proof right here. Esau's making articles on it. He's letting you know he don't know what's going on. Of course you don't know what's going on, because you ain't a prophet. You're not a man of the Lord. So with that, I'm gonna close out. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Till next time, I want to say Abba Ball, Shalom.